If the average American worker wanted Elon Musk's net worth, they'd have to work for 8 million years. That's about 30 times longer than humans have even existed, and in the time it took you to hear that sentence. Elon probably made another 100 grand, but believe it or not, Elon isn't even close to being the richest person in history. There were people before him who made his fortune look like pocket change. So let's take a trip through time to meet the true titans of wealth. First stop, the 1980s. A man in Colombia made $420 million a week. His name, Pablo Escobar. He had so much cash, rats literally ate $2 billion of it every year. But even with that, his fortune never passed 80 billion. So no, he wasn't richer than Elon, just a lot more cinematic. Jump back a few decades. 1913. John D. Rockefeller controls 90% of America's oil. When the Supreme Court broke up his company, he didn't lose money, he got richer. At his peak, he was worth up to $600 billion in today's money, around 2% of the entire US economy. Around the same time, Henry Ford is reshaping America. He doubles worker pay, cuts work hours, and invents the assembly line. Because of him, cars become affordable, suburbs appear, and the modern middle class is born. His personal fortune? Maybe 200 billion, but his impact made millions of others wealthy too. Go back even further, the 1300s. Mansa Musa, king of Mali, controls half the world's gold supply. On a pilgrimage across Africa, he gives away so much gold that entire economies collapse. Historians say his fortune may have reached $400 billion. Mansa Musa didn't just have money, he had mythic wealth. And yet, there's someone even more powerful. In the year 1 AD, Augustus Caesar rules the Roman Empire. He owns Egypt as personal property, commands vast gold mines, and even kills rich citizens just to take their stuff. His estimated fortune? $5 trillion. Of course, ancient fortunes are tricky and they weren't cash, they were power. Stalin controlled a $10 trillion economy. Genghis Khan ruled 1/5 of the earth. They didn't personally own it, but they controlled it, and sometimes that's worth more than gold. So who's the richest person ever? If we're talking personal verifiable wealth, not empires or legends, Elon Musk might actually take the crown. His 400 billion is real, traceable, and built in the biggest economy in history. But here's the twist. Every time someone like Elon rises, the rest of the world gets richer too. 100 years ago, only oil barons had cars. Today, we all have tiny supercomputers in our pockets. So maybe the richest person in history isn't the one with the most zeros. Maybe it's the one whose wealth makes everyone else a little richer. And if that's the case, then maybe, just maybe, the richest person in history is us.